I'm crouching down for this video because our tripod is not tall enough, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. But I wanted, and I have a glass of wine because I finished this backsplash today. I thought it would only take me like an hour, and it took me, I think, four hours. So yeah, so tonight I'm making, you can see the pork sitting here, I'm making Hawaiian, I have the recipe here, Hawaiian Kalua pork. We went to Hawaii for our honeymoon and we've been really wanting some Hawaiian food, so I'm going to make that and I'm going to show you guys how I do it in the Instant Pot, so stay tuned. Okay, so I'm turning the Instant Pot onto saute. I had it heating up. You're going to hear it beep and you're going to hear Diesel scream. So he does not like the Instant Pot beeping and ours won't turn off. So first what we're going to do is brown the pork, and I have 2 pieces of pork tenderloin. Diesel, hush hush baby. And the important thing when you're browning meat is you really want to make sure that the meat is dry, otherwise you're not going to get a good sear on it. So you just want to take a paper towel and dry it off before you put the meat in the pot. So I'm just going to brown this on all sides, about 3 minutes per side, and then I will get back to you guys. Okay, let me turn off. Once you get to this point, I just turned off my vent hood, so I suggest having that going while you're cooking because you want to get the smells and all this stuff out of here. So anyway, once it's golden brown like this and you've browned it on all sides, you want to remove it from the Instant Pot and put it onto a plate. And just let this chill for a second. And I've turned it off the saute feature. And I don't know if I mentioned this before, but just in the bottom I have a tablespoon of olive oil. Now to the Instant Pot, I'm going to add this Hickory liquid smoke. It just gives it a really good smoky flavor, your meat. So we're going to add 2 tablespoons of that. And I used liquid aminos in place of soy sauce because it just has a ton of different amino acids in it that your body needs, and it's a healthier alternative to soy sauce. This is still made from soy protein though, so if you have a soy allergy or it's something you need to stay away from, you can always use coconut aminos. And I found this at a really good price on thrivemarket.com, and I will post a link to that below so you guys can check it out. I think you get your first month free. Don't quote me on that, just check the down bar for details, but both of these are gluten-free. The coconut aminos does have less sodium than the Bragg liquid aminos. For comparison, if you're interested, the Bragg has 320 milligrams of sodium for 1 teaspoon, and the coconut aminos has 90 milligrams of sodium per teaspoon. The liquid aminos has 0 calories, but the coconut aminos has 5 calories. So it really just depends on like what you need to follow diet-wise, but both taste really great. So I kind of cheated and I mixed the 2 together in this little cute beaker. So these are just going to go in here. And then you add half a cup of water as well. So I'm just going to add that down here. And you also add, it calls for brown sugar. I decided to use coconut sugar instead. Coconut sugar is lower on the glycemic index. If you want to look at this, it's lower on the glycemic index, so it doesn't spike your insulin. And I was recently diagnosed with PCOS, so I'm trying to follow something that is lower glycemic because I am insulin resistant PCOS. I do not have diabetes though. So this is also, it has 16 different amino acids in it, and it's just amazing for you. So check this out too. I also got this on Thrive Market, so they just have amazing deals. So I'm going to add, I pre-measured it, the coconut sugar in there. It also has like a very good, I guess like a caramelized flavor that brown sugar would have, but it's way better for you. So I'm just scraping off the bottom a little bit for those browned bits of pork, just to get all the flavor. Diesel, it smells amazing in here, and Diesel can smell it. So it's dog approved so far. Look how cute this spoon is. Okay, so now I'm going to add the pork back in, and we're just going to add this back in here. And I don't have many juices on the plate, but what I do have, it says to add it back in. So add all of the little bits back in. And then you want to add salt and pepper. This recipe, I don't even think it called for pepper, but I feel weird if I don't add pepper to things. So we are adding pepper. And then I use pink Himalayan salt. I don't know if that'll focus. This, you can do a little bit more research on it, but it has trace minerals that cannot be found in traditional table salt. So we use the pink Himalayan salt because it's better for you and for your body. I'm not going to use as much as it calls for because you have all the sodium from the liquid aminos, but obviously just salt or season to taste. And then I'm adding a little bit of garlic powder because we love garlic in this house, and I feel like you can't go wrong with more seasoning. So I'm just adding a little bit. This is probably going to be about half a teaspoon, maybe. I don't really measure. And then this does not call for it in the recipe either, but I'm going to add in a little bit of minced onion. I just think it's going to give it a little bit of a better flavor. Again, this is about half a teaspoon. Honestly, just do whatever looks right to you. Now we're going to put the lid on the Instant Pot. You'll hear the music. And you have to make sure that it is put to sealing instead of venting, and this will let it come to pressure. And I'm just going to set this on manual for 60 minutes, which is a long time, but you're going to get really, really tender pork. So it's going to be set for 60 minutes, and then you're going to do a 20-minute slow release. You want this set at, I think on other Instant Pots it'll say high pressure. Ours, I don't really have the option, or I just haven't figured it out yet. So I just did manual to 60 minutes, and right now it's just coming to pressure. And then you let it do a natural pressure release for 20 minutes. So I am going to go and drink my wine and join Andrew. He's drinking beer over here with Diesel. So we're going to go relax for a little bit, and then maybe in about a half an hour I'm going to start cooking up some brown rice and heating up some frozen vegetables so that we can have our pork with some brown rice and frozen vegetables. Maybe I'll do quinoa, I haven't decided yet. But cheers. Do you want to say cheers? It's messy in here.
Cheers.
And Andrew's drinking, show them your beer.
Hanale.
I don't know if you can see it.
It's a Hawaiian beer by Kona Brewing Company.
It's a passion fruit, orange, and guava beer.
It's really good.
And you can see Diesel.
He's a little shmemo.
Shmemo. That's what we say all the time. He's upset right now because he wants to be eating all the pork. So, cheers. Here's a better close-up of Andrew's beer. I just wanted to show you guys in case you were wondering. Do you see how rosy my cheeks are? It's because I've had 2 glasses of wine. Well, It is now finished. So it's been slow releasing for 21 minutes. I'm steaming up some veggies over here. The rice is finished. And I'm going to let the rest of the pressure release on here because the pin has not popped up yet. But you don't want to keep letting it slow release because then it'll keep cooking. So I'm going to turn off the camera because Diesel goes a little nuts. Okay, so I actually popped the thing to venting here, and there was no more pressure in here, so I guess I didn't see the pin correctly. So I'm just gonna open it away from the camera to let the steam go. And I always kind of just let the water drip off. Set this to the side. And this looks amazing. So I'm going to shred up this pork and leave it in the juices, and then we'll serve it up over some rice and with some veggies, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. I also wanted to show you guys, I hate shredding meat because I'm like lazy and I want it to be like really nice and perfect. So I actually just take kitchen scissors and I just like, do you see how this is falling apart? I just kind of like cut it up. You can even with this, honestly, just
do its thing.
Flake it and it's gonna be perfect.
Here's the best way to show them. It's just crumbling right now.
And if you've had pork loin before, like sometimes it can get really dry and gross, and this is definitely not dry. So I'll show you what it looks like once we serve it up. Okay, here's the finished product. There's just brown rice on the bottom, steamed vegetables, that's the shredded pork, and then I topped it with some sesame seeds. Okay, Andrew, tell me how the pork is.
Amazing.
Does it taste nice and smoky and tender?
It's so tender, and it has, like you said, a hint of the smoke, just enough. And it just tastes absolutely amazing.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. And it means so much to us that you tuned in. So I will post the recipe in the down bar below. Our blog is still under construction, so eventually I'll put the recipe up on there as well. But let me know if you try this and if you like it, and yeah, we hope you guys have a great night. Bye.